When I started my guitar journey about 5 months ago, it was really hard for me to establish a practice routine. But now I came up with some kind of practice routine which works for me, and this routine consists of 3 parts: the warm-up, then the technique and speed part, and at the end the fun part. So yeah, with the warm-up I just start with a simple chromatic exercise. So I start with my index finger on the 5th fret, and then I go up with my fingers, so index, middle, ring and pinky, and just keep alternate picking. And when I'm at my pinky, I start with the next string. And then when I'm on the last note, I do the same, but now descending, so the other way around. And when I'm back on the low E string on my index finger, I go to the next fret and then do the same. And I do this as long as I reach the 12th fret, and then after this I go down to the 4th, to the 3rd, to the 2nd, and then to the 1st string. I don't like to start at the 1st string, so I start at the 5th, because when I'm not warmed up, this doesn't feel good and not natural, because it's a bigger stretch. The next step is that I do almost the same, but this time I do like some kind of spider exercise. So my fingers stay down until I need them at the next string. At the first time this interval doesn't sound that good. But the more you do this, this sounds is like a confirmation that you did it right. Then again from the 5th to the 12th, and then 4th to the 1st fret. Then I go to some warm-up with some power chords, down and up, and then I switch to full bar chords. I do some major shapes and also some minor shapes, starting at the 1st string, and also some major and minor shapes at the 2nd, starting at the 2nd string. After the warm-up is done, which most of the time takes 5 to 10 minutes depending on my motivation and also my time I have to practice on this day, and then I go to the next part, which is the technique and speed part. This is the part where I work on my technique and speed, obviously. And I keep track on my practice with some kind of practicing journal, where I write down where I am at my practice at the moment and what I have to practice at my next practice session. Because at first I didn't do this journal, and then I tend to forget where I left my practice. So this was a really crucial part to keep track of my practice sessions. But what do I practice and why do I know what to practice? I did a lot of research on YouTube and also on Google, because there are a lot of great teachers and instruction websites. In the end, I ended up with a subscription to the Patreon of Bernd, who is a really great musician and YouTuber, and he has a lot of practice material on his Patreon. There you can just download all the files with a practice video and also with a guitar profile, which was a really important part in my practice routine, because Guitar Pro allows you to open all the guitar tabs, and you then can change the speed, and you see the tabs, and you have some kind of backing track, which makes it very simple and fun to play along all those exercise routines. And then I just picked my exercises or techniques I want to learn and just played along those Guitar Pro files. So for me, Guitar Pro was a real game changer when it comes to practicing guitar. Yeah, I do this part for about 30 to 60 minutes, also depending on my motivation and time on this day. So I don't want to force myself to do some exercises when I'm not in the mood. Some days I'm really motivated, some days not. So yeah, this really depends day by day. And the third part, the fun part of my exercise or practice routine is that I try to learn new songs or just keep playing some riffs or some chord progressions. Currently I'm learning Fat Lip by Sum 41. I use a website called songster.com where you can search all kind of songs from different artists, and then you see all the tabs and then you can just play along to the tabs. You also have a backing track, and this is a very fun way to learn new songs. So this is currently my beginner practice routine, which works for me, which I established over the last 5 months. I'm sure that this will change over the next months, but it's a nice journey to figure out what works and what works not. And what's your current practice routine? Let me know in the comments. So just share some practice routines, and maybe I can take some parts of your practice routines and insert into my practice routine and vice versa. So thanks for watching and see you in the next video. Bye!